When Lisa first brought up the idea of an open relationship, I thought she was joking. We had been married for 7 years, shared everything from a mortgage to our Netflix password. Surely this was just one of her late-night thought experiments. But she was serious. We were sitting at the kitchen table, the glow of the pendant light casting sharp shadows on her face. "I've been feeling stuck," she said, avoiding my eyes. "I think it would be healthy if we explored seeing other people. Just me though. You know, since women need different kinds of connections." I laughed at first, thinking she was half kidding, but she didn't even smile. She slid a printed article across the table. Something about ethical non-monogamy improving emotional health. "You mean," I said slowly, "you want to date other men while I stay home and wait for you?" She hesitated. "I just think it would be good for us. For me. You're still my husband. You'll always be my number one." That sentence, "you'll always be my number one," felt like a knife wrapped in velvet. My stomach turned. She didn't want a separation. She didn't want a divorce. She wanted the comfort of our marriage while she played with fire. I barely slept that night. My mind kept replaying her words, the casual way she had dismantled the foundation of our marriage in a single conversation. I wanted to scream, to demand she take it back, but instead I waited. The next evening, I told her I was willing to talk about it. Her eyes lit up with relief, and for a moment, I saw the woman I had married. "You mean it?" she asked, hopeful. "Yes," I said carefully. "But only if it's fair. Only if it's open for both of us." Her face froze. Lisa blinked, like she hadn't heard me right. "Both of us," she repeated. "Yes," I said, leaning back in my chair. "You see other people, I see other people. That's how an open relationship works, right?" She laughed nervously. "That's not what I meant, Mark. I mean, you don't really want that. Men can't handle that kind of thing. It would just hurt you." I felt something inside me snap. "Hurt me? Lisa, do you hear yourself? You think you can handle sleeping with other people while I stay loyal. But if I did the same thing, I'd be too fragile to deal with it." She crossed her arms, defensive now. "This isn't about you. This is about my needs. I've been suffocating in this marriage, Mark. You work late, you barely notice me anymore." I cut her off. "So your solution is to go find someone who notices you?" She flinched, then softened her tone. "Look, I'm not saying I don't love you. I do. I want to feel alive again. You wouldn't understand." I stared at her, trying to reconcile the woman I'd built a life with and the stranger sitting across from me. Maybe she was right. Maybe I didn't understand. But I knew one thing. I wasn't going to be the husband she put on a shelf while she went chasing excitement. "All right," I said, finally standing up. "If this is what you want, then it goes both ways. You can't expect me to sit home like a babysitter while you're out there playing single." She went pale. "Wait, are you actually saying you'd do that? With someone else?" "Why not?" I asked. "You just told me it would be good for us. Maybe I deserve to feel alive too." She didn't have an answer. That night, she was quiet. No more articles, no more speeches about freedom and self-discovery. For the first time since the conversation began, she looked unsure. And for the first time in days, I felt oddly calm. Because now I had a plan. The next weekend, I told Lisa I was going out. I didn't say where. I didn't say with who. I just grabbed my jacket and keys. She followed me to the door, her voice sharp. "Where are you going?" I smiled faintly. "Out. You know, exploring my options. Isn't that what we agreed on?" Her jaw dropped. "You can't just, Mark, we have rules." I turned back. "No, Lisa. You had rules. Your version of an open relationship was just a permission slip for you to cheat without guilt. This is what equality looks like." I left before she could respond. Truth be told, I didn't go meet anyone that night. I just drove around the city, stopped at a late-night diner, and thought about everything, about how far we'd drifted, how much I had allowed myself to be taken for granted. When I got home, she was waiting, pacing the living room. Her eyes were red. "I don't want this anymore," she said the moment I walked in. "I don't want you out there with other women. I can't stand it." I dropped my keys on the counter and looked her dead in the eye. Now you know how I felt when you asked me to sit here quietly while you went out looking for attention. Her lip trembled. So what now? What now is simple, I said, my voice steady. If you want this marriage, you end whatever fantasy you had about other men. We work on us, or we don't work at all. I won't share my wife. She sank onto the couch, silent for a long moment, before finally nodding. Okay, I'll stop. I didn't think it would hurt you this much. I sighed. Lisa, it's not just about hurt. It's about respect. If you want to feel alive, we figure that out together, not by tearing each other apart. For the first time in weeks, I felt like we were finally having a real conversation. Whether we would make it or not, I didn't know. But one thing was certain. I wasn't going to be the man she could blame while rewriting the rules to suit herself. This time the choice was mine.